Has anybody been with a partner that wanted sex all the time? What was that experience like? It was amazing, but also a life lesson. She was a manipulator who would love bomb and make life great, then start an argument or make life hectic in some way. The sex was great, I loved it, but she was also ever so slightly crazy. Not worth it. It's exhausting, but fun. Definitely boosts confidence to feel that wanted. It's hard to get anything productive done when you're usually either fucking or too tired from all the fucking. Sex was great, but I want stick my dick in crazy again. I will stick my dick in crazy again. Had an ex like that. If we hadn't had sex that day, it was time again. And if 48 hours passed, it was like I was abusively withholding what he needed. There wasn't much demonstration of physical affection outside of the wham bam, and oh yeah, my own sex drive steadily diminished. There was little to no effort on his part to satisfy me because that doesn't do anything for me and it's boring. I thought that I was in the wrong. Eventually it ended, but not soon enough. I'm the one with high sex drive and I quite often can't sleep next to my partner because of it. My brain simply won't shut down next to her. Plus she liked to sleep at least 9 HRS and I do my best not to disrupt that. It leads to tension on both sides from time to time, but when we align it's worth it. I very much look forward to reading about the other side of the coin if this thread kicks off. My most recent girlfriend wanted it 3 times a day. We were long distant. She didn't have good sexual experiences before me. It was amazing while it lasted. In the end, she was unable to do the whole long distance thing. My wife and I used to fuck almost daily, but over time we realized that we were fucking as an excuse for actually getting to know each other. We both wanted to be together, so we started to reserve sex until after we had gone out on a proper date, etc. If you've also got a high sex drive, it's great. If you have a lower one, it can be bad depending on the person. It can end in pressuring for sex, harassment, and assault if it gets too far. Sex drives are a very big thing to consider in relationships because if they are different, only one person can be satisfied. If she was begging, that sort of implies he wasn't wanting it as much. I feel like if the genders were switched, then there'd be bigger issues. Such a high sex drive where it sounds like they are pressuring their partner doesn't sound good though. My ex had a very high sex drive and mine's quite low and he pressured a lot, it ending with him cheating on me because obvious reasons, wasn't giving him what he needed. She got it elsewhere and I ended the relationship. It was exhausting. Cool at first, but it soon became a chore. My most recent ex had a high sex drive. If he could fuck 4 times a day he would. I like sex, but honestly 2-4 times a week is enough. Having sex multiple times a day doesn't appeal to me because I have other things I want to do with my time. So for me, sex is the manifestation of an established emotional connection. For my ex, sex is what helps him continue to feel connected. We broke up due to incompatibility, with sex being the main reason. I didn't really appreciate how important being sexually compatible was until this. We tried to make it work for 5.5 years, but we couldn't get over that hurdle. My GF and I used to go on sexcations where literally the only time we left the room was for housekeeping. We were insatiable. Building a relationship beyond sex is a must. If they don't want that part, then it's not going to last. Having both is nirvana. Miserable. My other needs got ignored. I was pressured more and more. It got to where I couldn't perform. Psycho woman. A GF of almost 3 years. She wanted it 3 times a day and was mad when I couldn't keep up past that. Sometimes we'd have sex 5 a day and an argument would ensue when I couldn't do a 6th. Eventually it fell apart for other reasons. But now I miss it sometimes. Lol. It's like getting home from a 56 HR shift, kissing your wife goodnight so you can go die, then she starts vacuuming the bedroom and hitting the bed over and over and over. Oh, you're up? Let's bone. Look you weirdo, I'm literally Looney Tunes right now. No. I want sleep, I have to be back at work in 8 HRS. She screams into the living room and starts tossing the furniture around. Then to the kitchen for a plate frisbee tournament. This is where the term grudge fook comes from. I have been that girl. Now I'm not monogamous. Men can't keep up. My wife is very high libido and very open-minded. It's never stopped over 15 years. I'm not complaining. Dick her down for like a month and learn as much as you can. You will learn. Still think about that crazy bitch sometimes. The best sex was with some of the biggest sociopaths.